Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky, and today we're using the note cards and envelopes to create a little peekaboo window card. We're also going to be using the direct to rubber technique with markers on these stamps and also mirror image stamping using an acrylic block to get reversible flowers. Today's card is really simple. These are note cards and envelopes that Stampin' Up! Sells in a set, and so they come pre-scored. They fit inside the envelope. These are the size that you often see with thank you note cards. They're a little bit smaller than our standard cards. So what we're going to do is take one of these note cards, and I've used one of the stitch frames dies. It's the smallest one from this batch here, and I'm putting it on the front of the note card and putting it up near the top because the greeting is going to show through our little peekaboo window, and I want to have room for there still to be a note written down below. So I've already run this through the Big Shot, and I'm going to save this frame, the inside of the frame, for next week's project, so check back for my next video so you can see how we use that on a little non-card item. And then this is our card. So we're going to show you a technique today. We're going to use the Lovely You stamp set, this one right here that's new in this annual catalog. This is also available as a bundle with the Pick a Label punch. So you can get those, save 10% if you purchase both those items, but we're not using that punch for today's project because we're just doing this little peekaboo window. And let me see, I've got my greeting here, and we're actually going to make a thank you card. I mentioned that this works well for a thank you card. So I'm going to fold the card so I can see where to place my greeting, so that it's going to show through on the inside of the card, but it'll show through on the front of the card. Okay, and there's still room to write their name up top and write a little note down below. All right, let's flatten out our card again. And you know, you always like to sign your name on the back of the card when you take the time to create. Might as well get credit for it, right? Okay, so we're going to use the kissing technique today and also direct to rubber. So I've got my image on my block here. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the entire image in my blue. This is Seaside spray, so it's a pale blue. And then I'm going to accent this with some other colors. If you go from light to dark, you can use other colors on your image. You also could color the entire image with markers instead of using a stamp pad. But since I start with a lighter blue, then I can come back in with this green, and it's not going to ruin my green marker because the ink that's on there is lighter. And then I'll just twist to remove any of that blue that's on the edges. So I'm just twisting, moving, turning the barrel as I roll to get off the color, just to make sure that I do clean up my marker when I'm done. I've also got, and that was a garden green, and then we also got, I think this is soft suede. Yes, it is. And I'm just going to do little brown dots on the base of the flower here in soft suede. And I'm going to go ahead and roll, twist to remove any color on that one. All right, and now I could stamp this right on the image, but what I'd like to do is have an image over here and then one that mirrors this image on the other side. So what I'm going to do is stamp on an empty clear block, and then I'm going to stamp this block down here. Now you do want your, I've got foam behind this image, behind this, since there's no cushion on the block, to kind of help us get a good image. You can see the image coming through there. There we go. And then without re-inking, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the other side. And you can see they're about the same amount of color because this was our first inking, but off of that clear block, and then our second inking, so it's a little bit faded. Now, you're just going to rinse this under water and clean it off, and make sure that you clean the stamp before you stamp another image with that, because you do have the multiple colors. So if you put this back into your Seaside spray ink now, you might get some of that green on your ink pad, and you don't really want to do that. If you do, then just take a paper towel and dab the color off, and that will help you. But let's do that one more time. I've got another smaller floral image here, and I'm inking that up again. And we're going to go ahead and do our little dabs of brown here. And let me clean off that brown. The brown is a lot darker than that Seaside spray, that soft suede, so you really don't see any. But when I do the green here, and I am going to twist a little to get fresh area to put green on my stems here. When I twist this, you do see just little hints of that Seaside spray up on the top because there's not as big of a distinction in the quality of color there. So, okay, I've wiped off my block there. Let me kiss it again. Press it down on there. And this time we're going to go on this side because this flower's pointing the other direction. Get that off. And I don't want to make it totally mirrored. You know what? In fact, I think I'll just make this one go on the inside. I think that'll be pretty. I wonder how much would... Let's have it poke through the front of the card here a little bit. There we go. Okay, so you'll see that, and then you can see that on the outside, and you can also see the mirror image there. So that's kind of fun and quick, huh? So that was two techniques there. Your direct to rubber, where we're just creating multicolored images on one single stamp, and then also the kissing technique, where you're using your acrylic block. Now this ribbon here is very dainty, and I'm just gonna, for a tiny embellishment on this card, wrap it through that peekaboo hole. This is one of the ribbons that comes in the new ribbon pack that's in the Flowers for Every Season suite. And this is in Misty Moonlight, one of our new in colors. And that's not the same colors we use. We use Seaside spray for the flowers, but this Misty Moonlight coordinates really well. I don't have the Misty Moonlight ink pad yet, so just coordinating with the ribbon there. So that's our very simple card, and let's see our envelope, bring that back in here. And you also could ink up the envelope. In fact, I'm going to take this stamp here. I've not re-inked it, but I'm just going to huff on it. I'm going to breathe moistly onto it, and just, it'll moisten it a little bit, and then we'll just have like a faded image here on the envelope. There you go, to just match our card. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that blue and the Seaside spray and the soft suede together. Nice combination. I like that. So anyways, so that is a quick project for today. Now, I did show you my other card that I had done before, and I used Rococo Rose on this one instead of the Seaside spray. And I used the same soft suede and garden green on the other portions of it. Very simple, fun card, and you get to learn two techniques. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you're making use of your stash. Get out some stuff that you've been hoarding for a while, and go have some fun crafting today.